So, Duncan Keith is an Edmonton Oiler. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sports with Warbs. Um, Instant reaction here. I was just at work and obviously the notifications came in. The Keith to Oilers trade officially done. I'm here to give you a fan's reaction. Um, Basically, I mean, Holland is getting crucified online, and probably rightfully so. I mean, I don't necessarily know why he made this move. We got Keith, an older defenseman, obviously, who's kind of fallen off the defensive cliff that happens to these guys later in the career, getting paid like a first line defenseman, 5.5 mil over the next 2 years, or a little touch over 5.5. So I mean, we'll get into it. I just want to preface, saying I am one of the optimistic Oilers fans. We've just had so many bad things happen to us throughout the year, so many bad trades, free agent signings, GM moves, playoff games, a heartbreak, that I choose to just, until I'm proven wrong, then I'm okay with it. Kind of like Mike Smith with that re-sign last year. Until I was proven wrong, I was okay with it. Luckily, I wasn't proven wrong really all year. But so I'm willing to give Keith, I mean, it's a weird saying that. I'm willing to give Duncan Keith, one of the best defensemen of our generation, a chance. But I mean, damn, he's old and he's expensive and there's no salary retained. What's going on? So I guess I'll just kind of give you my thoughts, pros and cons. I got a few things here. I mean, obviously, I don't really know why necessarily the move was made, considering we were kind of in a position of power. Keith had 4 teams he would go to. He was expensive. He didn't play good the past couple of years. His points have fallen off a cliff, like I said. And we had to give up a third as well. So it's like we've been getting these articles all week. We're standing pat. The Oilers have all the power, salary retained. We're gonna get him on 2 mil, which would have been good. All right. And then no, this is what happens. So I don't know. Very odd decision. It's hard for me to really bash Holland too bad after that Nugent Hopkins deal, but I mean, is this really where that extra money you wanted to go is? Jones at this point is probably like he's an NHL caliber player. So it's like, why are you trading for a more expensive guy? And that's why I'm gonna try to rationalize right now. The pros of this deal. Duncan Keith, like I said, established guy, old, slowed down, but he's got the experience. He's got the experience the Oilers need. I mean, let's be honest, guys. We got swept in 4 games. We've got the players and to the offense to make it to the playoffs and have a good regular season in the North Division. But then when we get there, something happens and it's like the clutch kind of turns off or whatever. I mean, the ability to win games turned off. So we need someone like, I mean, every team needs him. I think he's going to be good for these defensive core. We got a young D core that's coming out. We got Broberg, Bouchard. These are 2 top 10 pick defense who are hitting that moment. Barry, I assume, is definitely, I mean, gone. His money's got to go elsewhere now if this is Holland's big plan to get Keith on the defense to replace him. I mean, I assume Clefbaum's out. That's how we all have to operate when you're making moves like this. And I don't know. It's on the pros. The pros of it were that he does bring experience. It'll be good to have him. If we're going down 2-0, that pivotal game 3 that we had that we lost, where we gave up 3 goals in the third, with 8 minutes left, which would have made it either 2-1 or 3-0, and Winnipeg ended up winning. That's where I'm hoping Keith's value will come in. That games like that where we need someone to step up and be a guy who's obviously won cups and been the guy to just keep these guys composed. He's not going to score the points Barry scored, but he just needs to be there to provide that. And it's a valuable thing in hockey. I mean, if you're an Oilers fan, you've got to admit that that's something we do need. But as an Oilers fan, you also got to admit this trade kind of sucks. I mean, the 3rd round pick, it is what it is. A 3rd round pick, it's hit or miss. The Oilers have never been necessarily great at drafting in the late round. So it's like, yeah, it is what it is, but that is high. Like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, I kind of think are like rounds that you kind of want to keep your picks in because that's where you can do some damage. You're not going to be doing tons of damage in the 6th round. Jones. Okay. So I guess we've talked about Keith and what he brings to the table. questioned why the deal happened. But Jones, this is kind of where it makes a little more sense, is that all year that they've been saying, is he the guy who's going to get picked by Seattle? Jones was going to be the odd man out. And, you know, I don't really know exactly what's happening with the expansion draft now. I'm kind of hoping Holland has some big plan that I'm not seeing right now that'll make this all make sense. And we're going to escape the Seattle draft untouched. But I guess the way you can look at it as an optimist is like, you were going to get rid of Jones anyway. He probably wasn't going to crack the Oilers lineup when you got Bouchard coming up, you know, and these guys, and, you know, Bears obviously got his spot. Nurse obviously has his spot. So, you know, he didn't play a ton last year. He didn't play great last year like he did his rookie year. So it sucks. You got to get rid of him. But if he was going to get plucked by Seattle, you throw in a third and you get Duncan Keith back. The only problem is the no salary retained, 5.5 plus. I think it's a little more over the next little bit. Not good, but you know, we'll see. Like I said, I like to keep it positive until proven negative. If Keith comes out in the first 10 games next year and looks like Kyle Turris did this year when we gave him a chance, then boom, I'll be on here ripping the deal. But until then, you know, I like to watch these games with my own eyes and see what these guys can do. Any hockey fan knows you kind of need to, you make your own assumptions based on what you see. It's really easy to shit talk the deal on paper, but odd deals work out all the time in the NHL. And I feel like every single deal is considered a friggin' horrible for one team and great for the other. And then 2 years down the line, it makes a little more sense. 2 years down the line, hopefully Keith will be gone off the Oilers. But for this year, he'll be there. I mean, you're not paying him 5.5 to sit on the bench. So I really hope he can come in and make some sort of impact. This is my reaction. I mean, we'll see, guys. There's definitely other Oilers fans online ripping them right now, especially the Twitter, which is fair, but I'm just not like that. I like to look at the glass half full. I like to hope for the best. I like to think that he's going to come back and play decent next year and be a leader for us. Maybe he'll get his points will get boosted playing with McDavid and Draisaitl. I don't know how good of an argument that is, considering he had Kane on his team and they weren't boosted, but we'll see. Thanks everyone for watching. Reaction. Any more Oilers news, I'm definitely hopping on here. Any more big news, I'm hopping on here. Hockey season might be over, but we're just getting into the juices of the off season and when all the optimism can rise again. So I'm trying to be optimistic about this one. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you later.